I feel the weight that fell upon your chest as soon as the daylight faded. I know the acute weariness of your soul, that silent exhaustion that the longest sleep of the night cannot alleviate. Your exhausted spirit sighed for a refuge of peace, and I prepared precisely this encounter in the silence of today. I know that your soul was pleading for a special message tonight, and that is why my voice reached you. Your heart constantly questions whether there is hope, whether there is a solution to your fears. And I assure you, with all my immensity, I continue to work tirelessly in your life, even when you see absolutely nothing changing. Have you ever stopped to ask your own heart why your last few months have been marked by so many endless waits and so many lonely struggles? The answer to your life is profound. I am the Lord who does not sleep, the unwavering guardian of your journey, the one who calls into existence the things that do not exist. If you quiet your affliction now and rest in my presence until the very last moment of this offering, I will remove the dark cloud from your mind, reveal to you what I am building during the storm, and pour out an abundant peace that you haven't experienced in a long time. If this word of God has already begun to warm your inner self, leave your mark of faith and closeness. Write below in the comments your name, the country, state, and city from which you are listening to me at this moment, and what time it is where you are seeking shelter. Release the cry of dependence that is stuck in your throat. Write in the comments with all the sincerity of your spirit, Lord my God, I am here. I signed up because I love you immensely and want to hear you. And so that our encounters are not lost along the way, enroll your life in this work. Leave your gesture of approval and activate the daily notifications of my messages. Stay with me until the end, because I have prepared a magnificent answer for your dessert today. A phrase will be whispered directly into your heart at the final moment, and whoever records this sacred phrase in the comments will experience immeasurable liberating blessings poured upon their home. However, for your healing to be complete, there is a profound secret about your nights of crying that I need to show you. I collect every drop of the tears you hide from the world. During the day, you wear the armor of a strong woman. You smile. You support those around you and carry the heavy burdens of those you love. But I know the exact moment when the noise ceases and you are alone with your thoughts. I feel the instant when your strength collapses and your chest tightens in an anguish that no one else notices. You have thought that your tears are lost in the void, forgotten in the dense darkness of the early mornings. Loneliness tries to convince you that you have been left behind, but this is a merciless lie. For it is written in the book of Psalms, chapter 56, verse 8, that I record all your lament and collect your tears in my bottle. None of your pain is discarded or ignored. I have recorded every whispered prayer with a choked voice, every cry for help that could not be transformed into articulated words, coming out only as groans from an exhausted and wounded soul. I envelop your spirit with my invisible presence and embrace your deepest fears. Your pain is felt in me. In every tear that falls invisible to human eyes, I am washing the soil of your heart to plant a seed of renewal that will change your story. What you are experiencing today is not the tragic end that the enemy tried to draw, but the hard preparation of a ground that will soon flourish. However, there is a greater purpose being woven while you cry, and before I show you the light that will tear through this darkness, I need your surrender. If this embrace has comforted your weary heart, mark this message with your sign of love. Make your heart a constant part of this dwelling, inscribing your life in our daily communion, not as a rule, but as one who finds a safe haven. Share this prayer with that soul who, like you, suffers in silence and desperately needs to know that I am near. Tell me, from the depths of your truth, what does your soul implore me to alleviate tonight? Leave your response of faith in the comments, writing the word, welcome. If your heart feels my peace at this moment, and only if it is possible for your reality, transform this profound gratitude into a true seed of love for this welcoming space. In reverence to my inexhaustible affection and the living sacrifice of my Son Jesus, support this comforting work using the link in the description of this video and also in the pinned comment. In that place, you will find the way where your generous contribution can be deposited and consecrated directly before the Creator of all things. You are free to support with any amount, and always keep this in mind. offer only what fits joyfully within your material reality. I receive your gesture with eternal love. The human magnitude of the value does not matter, for what truly shines to the heavens is the sincerity of the heart of the one who gives. After all, what seems small in your eyes transforms into an immense miracle in the life of the one who receives it. Those who contribute any amount, bringing a spirit purified by faith, I ask that you remember to include your name and city with your offering. For on the first day of the following month, in a unique gathering of prayer and gratitude at our divine love, the voice of God's dwelling place, your name will be remembered with affection and blessed in a public proclamation. For it is written in the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 10, "He who supplies seed to the sower and bread for food will also supply and increase your store of seed, and will enlarge the harvest of your righteousness." Every offering made in faith is a seed before me, your Lord, and I will not fail to bear fruit. I see in secret, and reward in the sight of all. Stay until the end of this message, because I still want to touch your heart with my voice. The darkness of this early morning hides your battles from the eyes of others, but it is precisely in the midst of this heavy silence that my greatest answers are being forged for your life right now. Often my silence sounds to your human heart like absence. You look around, cry out incessantly, and the scene of your life seems to remain static. I feel the paralyzing anguish that consumes you when you wake up to yet another day, and the promise has not yet been fulfilled, bringing that painful and suffocating feeling that your prayers are echoing alone in the void. Doubt tries to whisper that I have forgotten you in the crowd, but I need your spirit to understand a grand mystery of my sovereignty. When you see absolutely no movement, it is precisely at that moment that I am working with the greatest depth on the hidden roots of your story. For it is written in the book of Isaiah, chapter 64, verse 4, that from ancient times no one has heard, no ear has perceived, no eye has seen any God besides me, who works tirelessly for those who wait for him. Bring this sacred promise into your reality now. In those days when the house is immersed in a cutting silence and worries about the future, try to stifle your breath. Do not give in to despair. My actions do not depend on earthly evidence to exist. I am acting with precision in the unexplored backstage of your existence, moving hearts you don't even know, blocking paths that would stealthily bring you destruction, and aligning the exact scenario for your great victory. My silence is not a mission. It is the sacred sound of my grace rebuilding your tomorrow brick by brick. However, for this celestial work to be delivered into your hands fully and unwaveringly, there is an ancient pain, something you have carried for many years, that we will need to confront and heal first. If this divine truth calms your invisible fears, leave your mark of affection on this video. Allow your soul to always walk in alignment with my presence, confirming your enrollment in this journey of unwavering faith, and send this seed of hope to the heart of someone who also cries for not seeing immediate answers. I want to ask you in the depths of your being, what human control do you decide to release right now so that I can guide your life? Confirm your total surrender by writing in the comments with faith. Invisible. I know the bitter memories that insist on visiting your mind when the shadows of night fall. There are wounds in your chest that were inflicted many years ago, harsh words thrown at your spirit, rejections and abandonments that left deep scars on your journey. You carry the weight of guilt that often is not yours, and you relive old pains as if they were happening today. I feel the tightness in your soul when you look to the past, and wonder if you will ever be able to breathe with the same lightness as before. The feeling that life has moved on and you are stuck in the memories of your losses tries to steal your hope. For it is written in the book of Psalms, chapter 147, verse 3, that the Lord heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Let me apply this eternal truth to your soul at this very moment. I am pouring my healing oil over all the memories that still make you bleed inside. I am erasing the marks of those merciless words that tried to define your identity. Your story doesn't end with the pain of your old wounds. I am healing your inner self with my divine love to give you a new beginning full of light. From now on, your past loses its hold on your peace. However, this restoration is not just an event that happens in a single night. It is a constant journey of intimacy and daily renewal. And so that you don't lose your way when the sun rises tomorrow, I have prepared something special to sustain your spirit every day. If the touch of my comfort has brought genuine relief to your weary heart, mark your gratitude on this video. Remain sheltered under my protection, registering yourself in our dwelling of peace simply for the joy of hearing my voice. Spread this prayer of restoration, sending it to that friendly heart that also struggles to overcome the chains of a difficult past. Answer your Lord in the quiet of your room. What is the old pain that you choose to release forever into my hands this morning? Declare your deliverance by writing in the comments with all your inner strength. Balsam. If your heart desires to go deeper with me, I have left you a gift in the form of a journey that I wrote with much love and care for all my beloved daughters and sons. The digital book called Divine Love Devotional, The Voice of God. It was prepared to accompany you day after day in silence and intimacy. Access is also available via the link in the description of this video and in the pinned comment. And if today is not possible for you, do not condemn yourself. Remain with me here because I will also sustain you with this message. And so that your heart may rest and not be confused, after you register, access will arrive in the email you registered, with all the correct instructions step by step to begin. For it is written in the book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 9, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." This daily teaching will be the remedy for your hours of affliction, the shield that will protect your mind against the attacks of doubt, and the certainty that you will never, not for a single second, walk alone. Feel my embrace now. Breathe deeply, calm your thoughts, and receive my protective care. Remain with me in this message, because your spiritual eyes still need to contemplate the mystery of the extraordinary strength that I will cause to spring forth from within all your human weaknesses. I know the sincere confession that your soul makes in the lonely early mornings, the paralyzing feeling of inadequacy and the exhaustion of trying to be strong all the time. I feel your voice falter when you try to face yet another obstacle, and your exhausted mind repeats, in a silent whisper, that you no longer have the strength to continue fighting. Your human nature tries to convince you that your weakness is the harbinger of inevitable defeat, but I need you to understand one of my greatest purposes. It is precisely in your vulnerability that I perform my greatest miracles, for it is written in the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 12, verse 9, that my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in your weakness. Place your reality under the light of this unshakable truth. When you feel that your legs can no longer support your body and that your words are lost in extreme exhaustion, I come as a supernatural force and take on your cause completely. You don't need to be unbreakable, my daughter, because I am your ultimate support. The strength that pulsates in your story from now on does not come from your exhausting struggles, but from the fact that Almighty God carries your burdens. I sustain your fallen spirit and renew you with a celestial breath that no earthly storm can extinguish. However, this divine strength that begins to course through your being is the essential preparation, because there is a magnificent provision forged in the long days of your desert that is about to manifest itself before your eyes in an unquestionable way. If my strength has just begun to pulsate within your soul, signal it with your like, so that this word is solidified in your heart. Seal your commitment to my constant voice, confirming your enrollment in our safe haven, and share this renewing grace with those who are almost giving up due to exhaustion. Tell me, where no one else can hear, in what area of your life do you desperately need me to be your only strength tomorrow morning? Seal your cry by writing in the comments, with the courage of one who begins anew, power. I know the dryness that has taken over your journey lately. You have been crossing a long emotional desert where the seeds you planted with so much love seem not to thrive. I feel your anguish when you look at the horizon of your life and only see uncertainties, fearing that your inner resources will be exhausted before help arrives. The fear that this arid scenario is your final destination has stolen your peace and dried up your hope of seeing better days. For it is written in the book of Isaiah, chapter 43, verse 19, "Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth, do you not perceive it? I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert." Receive this profound revelation in your spirit now. The desert you are crossing is not a place of abandonment, but the very setting for your greatest testimony. I am already opening springs of living water in your dry lands. The provision you so long for, the open door, the clear direction, and the relief for your home have not been forgotten. This answer was forged under the heat of your most intense trials and is already on its way to transform your arid reality into a fruitful and vibrant land. The time of emotional scarcity and agonizing waiting is coming to an end, and the flow of my abundant grace is already running toward your story. But so that you may drink from these sacred waters without the bitter taste of anxiety, there is one last step of surrender that your soul needs to take, an absolute rest that will prepare your mind for the approaching dawn. If the certainty of this divine provision has watered your parched faith this morning, confirm your love by leaving your sacred like as a sign of reception. Continue walking beside me every day, accepting my invitation to enroll you in this dwelling of light and carry this living water forward, sharing this prayer with that heart that also walks thirsty and without hope. Tell me, in the deepest sincerity of your being, what area of your life most needs me to open a river of new waters at this hour? Declare your victory over scarcity by writing in the comments with unwavering faith, Spring. I feel the tension that still rests on your shoulders and the whirlwind of thoughts that insist on keeping your mind awake. You surrendered your fears, you listened to my promises, but a part of your heart still tries to find human ways to resolve the uncontrollable. I know your immense desire to lay your head on the pillow and simply silence the voices of anxiety that predict the worst for tomorrow. Your soul yearns for comfort, for a place where you don't have to be strong all the time, where the only requirement is to breathe deeply and trust without reservation. For it is written in the book of Matthew, chapter 11, verse 28, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." I make this invitation your reality at this very moment. Release control of everything that your limited hands cannot reach. Let your daily worries, your family conflicts, and your heavy uncertainties about the future silently slip into my sovereign hands. I envelop you with my mantle of absolute peace, silencing the storms of your mind so that your body and spirit may find true rest. Tomorrow has already been meticulously prepared by me, and the light that will be born with the sun will bring the renewed hope you have so long sought. If my embrace brought the relief your desperate mind needed, leave your sign of peace confirming your appreciation for this message of light. Continue seeking my embrace every day, making your presence constant in our spiritual family through your subscription, and share this rest with that loved one who is losing sleep, carrying burdens that don't belong to them. Confess to me, in the safe silence of our intimacy, what are you definitively letting go of now to be able to sleep peacefully? Seal your surrender by writing in the comments with immense relief in your soul, rest. Your soul has traveled a profound path tonight, and now my spirit seals your journey of faith with a definitive promise. Everything that tried to break and destroy you in recent months was only the weight that forged your unwavering resilience. You are not forgotten, you never walked alone, and your continuous days of crying were not in vain. I have been working tirelessly behind the scenes of your pain, collecting your silent tears, strengthening your weakness, and preparing mighty rivers in your desert. The profound healing I initiated in your old wounds will not regress. From the sunrise of the next day, a new spiritual posture will take hold of your being, clothing your human frailty with my invincible authority. I whisper now in the innermost corner of your heart the word promised from the very first moments of our encounter. The unbreakable spiritual key that will open your blocked paths and bring impenetrable protection over your home is this: I can do all things through him who strengthens me. Write this sacred phrase in the comments as your supreme act of faith, as your total surrender and your courageous response to heaven. When you declare these words with your fingers and with your spirit, the dark shackles of fear will fall to the ground, and my prophetic blessing will be released upon every area of your life. But our communion does not end with this dawn. My love for you is an endless ocean, and I still have grand secrets and sure directions to reveal about your future. Remain connected to my heart. Let your soul wander peacefully through the playlist of this channel, for in each new prayer, a piece of your miracle is being sweetly delivered. I will continue speaking to you in the protective silence of your days until your joy is complete and overflowing. Go in peace, my beloved daughter, for your victory has already been decreed in heaven.